Hi everyone! Hi guys, I'm Lillian, the Postmodern Mom, and welcome to my channel. This video is an update on my pregnancy, and I am currently 19 weeks pregnant. I think there's such a joy in keeping a good home, in watching your children grow up, in cooking and cleaning and supporting your husband. So I apologize that it's been about over 2 weeks since I last made a video because I am now in my 19th week of pregnancy. The last 3 weeks have been somewhat eventful, but then not eventful in terms of this pregnancy. As I said, I had that scare kind of, and I got some reassurance. I called the midwife and let them know what was happening, and the midwife that I spoke to didn't seem to be very concerned at all, and then the symptoms went away. So then now I am back to normal and everything feels really normal. In fact, I feel the baby moving and kicking around. So it's been less than a week since I've been actually feeling movement. I think that's why previous to that happening, I was a bit concerned because I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't really tell if the baby was okay, if the baby was moving around. But it seems like everything is good, and we have our 20-week scan coming up next week. So it's gonna happen after Christmas. And then after that, we're not gonna find out if it's a girl or a boy, in case you were wondering. And we're going to, and then I have my next appointment in January sometime with the midwife for my 24-week, something like that, 24 week appointment. This is probably the last time I'm going to be able to fit into this dress because I feel like my bump has grown so much. I feel heavier when I'm sleeping on my bed, and on my side I feel like my belly is weighing down, and I still like the position of sleeping on my back, but I'm a bit concerned now because I am getting bigger that I shouldn't be sleeping on my back, but I do find it a bit more comfortable than laying on my sides. So I've just kind of been rotating through the different positions, my left side, the right side. I tend to favor the right side. I'm not sure why, and it's always been like that with all of my pregnancies. I tend to favor the right side even though you're supposed to be sleeping on your left side. But in case you didn't know, in the 19-week mark, the baby should be about 6 inches long, so about as big as a mango. And I don't know how much it weighs because I didn't look it up. This is like third baby syndrome. I haven't been updating my app. I use a Glow Nurture app for pregnancy updates, and I haven't been logging the photos of my belly consistently. In fact, I think there has been a gap since 13 weeks all the way to 18 weeks, about a 5-week gap because my phone just wasn't working. The app was crashing and it wasn't allowing me to take any photos and upload it into the app. So then I had to delete it, and finally Felipe let me upgrade my phone. So now I have a little bit more speed and up-to-date software or whatever it is that helps me run the app that I use, which is Glow Nurture. I feel really well in myself. I've been eating everything, cooking, cleaning, helping decorate. I still get a little tired sometimes, but I haven't been going to bed very early, and I haven't had any naps during the day. So things are really going really smoothly. The thing now that I have to think about is the beginning of the 3rd trimester is usually when I start teaching courses to pregnant women, so around 25 weeks. And I have to think about now if I want to do a refresher course with Felipe about the class and about how to prepare for birth. But I also want to make sure that I'm eating well, because I haven't been eating the perfect diet. I've been eating a lot of carbs, and it's just easy and simple and less expensive, but honestly it's probably not as healthy for the baby to be eating that many carbs. But anyway, I have been eating lots of meat, and I've introduced more fish into my diet because Felipe found an article saying something about mothers with fish in their diets had babies with higher IQs or something like that. The things that you do, right? But it's no problem. I enjoy eating salmon, so I've been having salmon for lunches. And then greens and stuff are normal. I did buy a green drink supplement, which is a green powder that has a lot of highly nutritious green stuff made into a powder for you so you could drink it. And so anytime I feel like, oh, I haven't had enough greens that day, I just drink that with a little bit of like honey or a little bit of stevia, liquid stevia. But yeah, it's quite good. I like the taste of it. Even if I didn't put anything to sweeten it, I like the taste of that greenness. It almost like tastes healthy to me. In fact, I remember when I was growing up, my mom used to drink some barley green powder, and it tastes very similar to that. So it kind of harkens back and it reminds me of my childhood days. But yeah, less yammering, more changing into, we're gonna change into the red dress now. I think we'll see a significant difference in my bump because it hasn't been 2 weeks, it's been 3 weeks since the last updated video that I've made. So let's get to it. Do you see the difference? It's a huge difference. I've really popped. I wore that other tan dress that I was wearing while I started this video. I wore to one of my choir rehearsals, and suddenly, like, everyone just went, ooh, or like, they just suddenly noticed that I had a big belly. They knew that I was pregnant. I had announced it to the choir. But they were like, wow, like we actually see the bump now, and they were getting really excited. But yeah, I think that's been within the last 2-3 weeks. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. I haven't really thought about finding a photographer, finding a videographer yet about the birth. I really need to get on that. But yeah, everything's been going really smoothly. I'm really pleased. I bought some clothes from Pat, which I mentioned before in a different video, and it's been serving me really well. I'm really glad that I did, because I just feel like a lot of the clothes that I had didn't fit me properly. They just didn't look flattering. So it is difficult for those of you who, it's difficult if you need to find clothes for pregnancy and you just are given some, or basically a lot of people are given some and it's not exactly the right size, but I found it really worth the money. It was only like 10 pounds or less per item, and a lot of these were dresses because that's what I prefer to wear. I think I would prefer, I should have bought more trousers because I have some nice tops now for pregnancy, but then I don't have enough trousers to go with them, and pregnancy tops don't seem to work with skirts very well. So I don't know. But it's Christmas time, and yeah, I'm excited that the 20-week mark will be the week of Christmas, and very soon after that we'll have our 20-week baby scan. So the next video you'll watch, I hope we'll be sharing some information from that video, from that scan. And don't really know what else to say. I mean, I think people have said that I look better. Like, they've looked at my face and said, oh, you look so much better than you were before. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I must have looked so tired or really exhausted, or I don't know. But I think I did notice that I was like bloating in my face a little bit when I was not eating properly, when I was during the first 5 to 6 weeks, that I was like getting, I was retaining water and probably retaining any of the food that I ate because I wasn't eating enough. So I think now that I've settled into eating a normal diet that I actually look a little bit better. I haven't weighed myself as regularly as I should, but last I checked it was just a scary number, so I don't even want to look at it. But I probably will reveal what I was weighing. I mean, I know that before I got pregnant, I was way down because we were on this intermittent fasting, and I think I got down to 63 kilos. I really wanted to break 60, and that's when we found out we were pregnant, and I got a little bit like, oh, I don't really, wanted to stop doing intermittent fasting, but everyone on the internet and in person said you can't do that when you're pregnant. So since then, I think from what I last checked, I've gained, what is that, 14 kilos already. So it's a bit frightening, the idea of how much I've gained, but I have gained a lot in the past. Hopefully it doesn't show. And I try to eat really well, so it's really not important, that number, as long as you're eating well and you're trying to exercise a bit, so that's something I really should do more of, is walking and building up my stamina. I hope that as I start my pregnancy training, which just follows the Bradley method, starting around 25 weeks, that I'm gonna just get up enough stamina that way and doing my pregnancy exercises and logging my nutrition and etc. But I'm looking forward to having a third baby soon. So we're counting down to the month of May in 2020. And it worked out perfectly so far, because so far we haven't had any birthdays that land in the same month. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, so it's been really exciting to see that that we can have another baby to celebrate. I mean, the children have been really talking about the baby a lot. I know Doris is so into, she keeps saying, oh, I want to have a baby girl, I want to have a baby sister. And she knows though that it's possible that she won't get her way. But it would be really nice for her, but at the same time it would be really nice for Humphrey if he had a little baby brother to play fight with, and I'm sure Felipe will be pleased. Yeah. So if you are a Patreon member, please vote or send us a message as to what you think we should name our third child, because I think that's where we're going to get our third child's name for our YouTube channel, is from our patrons. So if you're not familiar with Patreon, I'm the Postmodern mom from the Postmodern Family channel. So you can head over to patreon.com/thepostmodernfamily to find out more about how to become a patron on Patreon. And we are so grateful for your support. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was interesting. I feel like I have nothing to report, but yeah, feel free to check us out on Patreon if you're interested in supporting us. We are an American family living in the UK, trying to live a traditional life. And this particular channel, The Postmodern Mom, is about my pregnancy, home education, classical conversations, birthing, and etc. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye! I think there's such a joy in keeping a good home, in watching your children grow up, in cooking and cleaning and supporting your husband